The Thargoid, one of the most notorious creatures in the known galaxy. These enigmatic predators are highly evolved and aggressively territorial, earning themselves an infamous reputation. But they are also majestic creatures shrouded in mystery. With so little understood about the Thargoid, is it possible that we have got them wrong? Are these creatures the ravenous killers we assume them to be? Or are they simply misunderstood members of a wider galactic community? Greetings, Commanders. I am Alfred Scattenborough, and today we shall be delving into the life of the most elusive and obscure life forms in the galaxy, in an attempt to unravel the mysteries surrounding them. Very little is known about the Thargoid, and most of the information we do know has been gleaned from our first major encounter with them nearly 200 years ago. Thargoid are an alien insectoid species who are said to originate from ammonia worlds with low temperatures and high atmospheric pressure. Because of this, we assume the Thargoid biology to be vastly different from our own, although the information regarding this is outdated and sketchy at best. There has been plenty of speculation over the ages on what exactly a Thargoid looks like, but the truth is we do not really know much about the elusive pilots of those imposing biological ships. That is, if the ships even have pilots, and are not their own independent life forms. It is said that all Thargoid are female, and act as a hive-like colony. It is unknown, however, if the Thargoid have any hierarchy or leadership within their society, or even any sense of individualism. We assume the Thargoid are extremely xenophobic, but we base this in our own experiences with them. After all, we are the only other example of technologically evolved life forms, and like it or not, humanity and Thargoid must share the same space. But it is important to note that the relationship between Thargoid and humanity did not start well. Officially, the first encounters with Thargoids occurred in 3125, where a small fleet of human ships out on exercises ran upon the Thargoid vessels. The Thargoid technology interfered with the human fleet, and many of the ships began to show signs of malfunction, with systems crashing across the board. In the ensuing panic, the human ships fired upon the Thargoid vessels. What little documentation we have managed to find shows that the fleet uniformly experienced hyperdrive malfunctions on their initial jump. All hands were presumed to have perished. This was to become the trademark attack strategy of the Thargoids, with countless human ships being hyperdicted during their interstellar jumps. Humanity waged a bitter war with the Thargoid, lasting 30 years until 3151. During this time, humanity fought a losing battle with superior forces until the deployment of a bioweapon aimed to disrupt the Thargoid biological hyperdrive technology. The effects of the bioweapon were greater than expected. Not only were the Thargoid ships affected, but the Thargoids themselves suffered alongside. The bioweapon was responsible for nearly wiping out the entire Thargoid race, and soon after its deployment, the Thargoids retreated and were not seen again until a little over a year ago. Today, 153 years on, the Thargoid can once again be found patrolling the spaceways of the Pleiades sector, the same region of space that they were first located in. For whatever reason, the Thargoid seem to find this area of special significance. Whether it is part of some migratory route, a traditional breeding ground, or some other site of worth is unknown. But they do not like trespassers and defend the Pleiades vigorously. Since hostilities began in this region of space, we have seen an ever-increasing Thargoid presence. Thargoid ships seem to quickly adapt to our military tactics and weapons, and a number of new Thargoid variant ships have been sighted. It seems that the Thargoids are able to quickly adapt and even evolve to some degree, depending on the enemy. There has been some speculation that Thargoids have a mastery of genetics, a statement that seems to fall in line with the observed Thargoid biotechnology. Their activities in the Pleiades sector has earned the Thargoid a fearsome reputation as predatory killers, and with ever-escalating problems in the area, it looks like humanity may soon be entering a second war against this ancient foe. But during the making of this documentary, myself and my crew have found the Thargoid not to be terrifying monsters many believe that they are. In fact, we have seen them to be intelligent and curious, and at least as wary of us as we are of them. Our experience living alongside these creatures has told us that as long as certain rules are observed, then they are of little threat, and are indeed a wonder to observe. So what is it that has us so confused with the peaceful workers we see here and the bloodthirsty hunters we have all heard about? The answer to this mystery lies in a metal. A recently discovered super alloy twice as strong and twice as light as the next best material that can be produced at the moment. I am of course talking about meta-alloys. Meta-alloys are ultra strong and light due to their internal structure, which has been termed as cellular in nature, the metal forming a foam-like structure which can be seen under a powerful microscope. This type of material cannot be reproduced with current technology, although it can be easily machined and worked with. Meta-alloys have a very high melting point and also seem to shield against the interference from Thargoid vessels. They have often been heralded as the next step in materials technology. Due to these properties and their general rarity, meta-alloys have become one of the most sought after and expensive commodities on the market. The only way to collect meta-alloys is from sites that have become known as large barnacles. These sites were very much a mystery up until recently, but have now been confirmed to be related to the Thargoid. What use these sites serve to the Thargoid is still unknown, but Thargoid ships visiting and collecting meta-alloys is now a well-documented phenomena. It seems that current hostilities between humanity and Thargoid have stemmed from our looting of the Thargoid's precious meta-alloys. Thargoid ships are known to attack human ships carrying meta-alloys, as well as any kind of Thargoid technology. But this makes perfect sense if you flip the situation around. How would you like it if someone kept creeping into your garden and stealing all your prize-winning marrows? Here we observe two Thargoid vessels working in unison to collect some bait we have put out for them. Notice how much they communicate between themselves as they go about their tasks. We observed this pair for a while and concluded that they were scavenging through the carcasses of these Imperial wrecks for anything that could be useful, before then moving harmlessly onwards. If there is one way to taunt a Thargoid, it is to flash some Guardian technology in its face. Thargoids react very badly to Guardian technology and become immediately hostile. Interestingly, it is the Guardian technology that is giving humanity its most effective weapon against the modern Thargoid. Is this a sign of a past war between Thargoid and Guardian? Could this be the cause of the Thargoid's xenophobic nature? Chicken or egg? We may never know. Or will we? Research is underway to try and understand the Thargoid and establish some form of communication with them, although all attempts so far have been less than successful. Professor Palin and his team have been working tirelessly in the Maya system to piece together what little information we have already about these creatures. from tissue samples to examples of technology and biological specimens to teraflops of confusing data gleaned from the Thargoid planetary bases. We hope that Professor Palin and his like hold the key to understanding and eventually communicating with the Thargoid. We believe that much of the mystery surrounding the Thargoid will remain hidden from us until we can communicate back and forth, and this is the only way to end the ongoing hostilities between our two races. The fate of humanity and Thargoid remains in flux, for now. Raging monster, aggressive hunter, majestic wonder, tireless defender, oblivious worker, it is for you to decide. For us, the Thargoid are misunderstood creatures of the void. Wild, no doubt, but not mindless killers. Treated with respect, they can be harmless enough. Our work here, and other work that is being conducted elsewhere, is a testament that our species can live alongside each other harmoniously, and it would be a sad thing if the only two intelligent species that we know of wiped each other out, and it certainly wouldn't be very intelligent. This is Alfred Scattenborough for the SE Corporation, signing off. Over and out.